scientific process. It's also a critical review of things with a goal. And the goal is important to keep in mind.
Oh yeah, no, I understand completely, and I assume you're talking to the local decision makers, who are saying that we're not going to build, 1.5 meters from the highest high water level, in the next 100 years, for example. But uncertainty is not only in the estimates of the sea level rise, or it's also in our knowledge of the coastal zone. So, if that area was not mapped by LiDAR, for example, our uncertainty in that buffer, which we should not build in, is much higher, right, compared to other places. And that's one of many types of uncertainty that I'm referring to. So that uncertainty is quite important. That actually increases your number that you're looking for, even higher, saying, well, this 1.5 we agreed on. However, for that particular area, uncertainty is so large that we should go 3 meters above.
So we are facing this problem at every level of climate change studies, and I remember that, as an example, northern Quebec, we had problems with airports that are being affected by the permafrost melting. And at one point, our climate modelers experts were saying, oh, in the Nunavik area, the temperature will rise anywhere between 2 and 14 degrees. So my answer to them was, you're telling to airport engineers that it's between 2 and 14 degrees. Let me tell you what they're going to do. At 2 degrees, they put a little more gravel. At 4 degrees, they start thinking of ventilating the side of the airport. At 6 degrees, they are using dynamic ventilation and things like that. At 8 degrees, they are using thermosiphon and put energy. At 12 degrees, they scrap the airport and they build another one else somewhere else. So what do you think they're going to choose? Because if you're not giving them a value that they can use, they will decide on other basis, and not necessarily very intelligent basis. They would probably continue to put gravel, even if it's 8 degrees. So you're more knowledgeable about this question as climate modelers and climate experts than an engineer that is working on an airport. If you don't want to put your head on the wood and take a chance and to say in 3 years and 10 years, we have new data and it's not this value anymore, this is another one, and be criticized, okay, don't take that chance, be pure. But the stupidity would have been done anyway. So, and probably more stupid. So these questions are important for us as a science community. How far can we go? What are we prepared to agree upon? Is there some consensus about something? Without an exercise like this, a coastal assessment, it is very unlikely that we will have an opportunity to discuss these things and agree on something. So this is what I'm saying. I mean, this is an opportunity to do some things depending on the goal we are trying to reach. If my goal is to save that airport, or to help people, or to the safety of these people, I will ask to my modeler, be careful with the numbers you're going to give, Be a little more pessimistic than optimistic, give a little range of value, but stay in reasonable range. Otherwise, you know that 1 or 2 of these 100 models will be outliers. Is it really realistic to put them there? You know better about these models. You know if they are reliable or not. So this is why this is better that the experts are choosing the numbers than anyone else.
Okay, Simon. Jean-Pierre, thank you for this. Simon Courtney from DFO. I'm just interested in the scope of this a little bit. This is a marine exercise, so you're not thinking about the Great Lakes, for example.
No. It was discussed during the first meeting in Halifax. And there was people, as an example, from Ontario, they would like to have the Great Lakes and that. But that would bring the exercise, if we introduce the Great Lakes We then go, and is the Great Slave Lake or Mistassini Lake in Quebec, should we think about these one too? And then if we talk about lakes, are we talking about rivers? And we were just engaging ourselves. So we stay in salt water or brackish water, if I can say. We are in marine, estuarine, coastal waters. This is what have been decided. Maybe in another occasion we should look at the lakes and the river and fluvial parts. But right now, as far as I remember, this is what I've been agreed upon. Outly salty place.
So still on scoping, how far offshore are you considering? Because there's a number of processes that happen in the deep blue ocean that are different.
When we talk about coastal zone, there are some people who will tell you that it goes all the way up to 200 meters deep. I think we still try to be reasonable because if we start looking at the edge of the continental shelf, we lose ourselves. And the area that is strongly impacted with populations concentrated there is near the shoreline. And of course we have to look a little bit in the water, I guess at least a little bit of the infra-littoral zone and the tidal area, and probably also onshore. I don't think anyone have placed a definite limit so far, but we have to remain in this area and not expand too far away from there. Now this is something we will have to. It's difficult to give a firm.
Sure. No, I understand.
Yeah.
I'm just trying
but we try to stay there. As far as I understand the process, maybe this.
Well, but I think, and then that's part of the reason having this kind of conversation is what's a reasonable thing. So in my mind, I could see. So if we're talking about the impacts of the reduction of ice in the Gulf of St. Lawrence, for instance, which could be a significant change, climate-induced change that could have a significant effect, then clearly you're looking at an area that would include the whole Gulf of St. Lawrence, because fetch and things of that nature. So so I think that's part of the reason why Don and Jean-Pierre want to have this conversation. What's reasonable, and is it always the same? So maybe in the Gulf, we need to talk about the whole Gulf. Maybe in the open Atlantic side, it's we don't need to go out to the continental shelf. So, but I think I guess the question would be, Simon, what do you think is a reasonable limit for this? Yeah.
And that gets to my last question, I guess, which is. You talked about biophysical things, so you're interested in storm surge, sea level rise, these sorts of things. Are you concerned with acidification, changes to salinity, changes to temperature, these sorts of things?
If they are affecting the coastal zone, they are relevant to my point of view. I mean, storminess, as an example, you cannot study storminess only in looking at the very local point. But if you introduce the idea of storminess studies in the, if you use that for it is because it's relevant to the coastal process. It's producing the waves and the surges that are affecting the coast. And it's a planetary process. Actually, in Uranus, as an example, we are sponsoring a project for planetary surge model. And we do that because we want to study coastal zone in the Gulf of St. Lawrence. So, but we found that without this tool, we won't be able to answer the questions we are raising.
And this is why I wonder how far offshore one goes, because if ocean currents change, some of the major ocean currents were to change, that of course would affect the coastal zone enormously,
absolutely,
fisheries and everything else.
What I would say to that is we can certainly consider these things. But if we start a review, because we accept to look at the entire Gulf of St. Lawrence for ice as an example, if we start talking about hypoxia, is it affecting the coastal zone? If we start looking at other drilling operations on the continental shelf. Is it? We may always find a little link, but this link is sometimes extremely thin compared with processes that are directly affecting the coast. The danger, if we go too far in that, is to lose ourselves, to end up with this 500-page document with 5,000 references, and then we have to add up experts in those fields and to the team. So the team is growing up and up and up. We have 2 years.
So the scoping is very important. Who from DFO is involved so far?
DFO is represented in...
Helen Joseph.
Yeah.
Helen Joseph is on the advisory committee.
Yeah.
She's from headquarters in Ottawa. But I think I would just suggest, Jean-Pierre, that we wouldn't that the scope of it is beyond the sort of the physical issues. I know we had a conversation in the advisory committee about the initial description of the scope talked about ecosystem services.
Yeah.
And we had some conversation there that while we should, ecosystem services sort of puts a human lens on things as opposed to talking about climate impacts on ecosystems.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we changed that around to be ecosystems and ecosystem services. So I guess the question is, are we looking at ecosystems that are out on the continental shelf, or are we more concerned about ecosystems in terms of wetlands and nearshore and things of that nature? And I guess that's sort of where the boundary is someplace maybe not clearly defined at this stage, and that's why these conversations are important to get that. I mean, we want a manageable piece of work that identifies the significant impacts on ecosystems and the human society and economy, and not necessarily the comprehensive look at all climate impacts. So acidification could conceivably be something that we'd want to look at if we determined that it had significant impacts. And I guess if we were talking about coral reefs someplace, then maybe that might be a big issue. Maybe it's not such a large issue for Atlantic Canada, at least not some of the bigger ones. Other comments? So, Aaron, you're still there?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Pipe up when you have a question.
Oh, don't worry, I will.
I'm just checking to make sure you're there. Anybody else want questions for clarification? Then we can move on to maybe something more specific, maybe in terms of, what you or your organization think would be important issues to be sure that we're addressed. So other questions for clarification? Okay, well, let's move on then to I guess something maybe a little bit more interesting, and that is from your organization's perspective in the context of this assessment, what are the pieces that you would like to see in that assessment? Then we'll move on to, okay, who's prepared to help? If you say you want something in there, then at least you should be able to point at resources or something that help in that issue. So who